I just want to get your thoughts on the cost of living pressures, the economy at the moment. We know there's a lot of factors go into an economy, but at the moment, a lot of people want to blame one person and one factor. That is the Reserve Bank Governor and monetary policy. He was heckled at an event last night.
You need to have on the board some real people that are doing real things and wearing the brunt of decisions that I think you and the board, in many cases, are very isolated from actually being involved in.
They're there to represent the 26 million people who are lucky enough to live here, and they do that with distinction.
Well, I'm suggesting you talk to the real job creators.
Yeah, they reckon they need some more business experience on the Reserve Bank board. Now, of course, Philip Lowe's made mistakes. Of course, he overreacted during the pandemic and was too slow to start putting interest rates up afterwards. But he's no orphan there. All governments overreacted with ridiculous amounts of spending. And it seems to me that Labor governments in particular are wanting to pin it all on him rather than address their side of the equation. That is what they're going to do about government spending to try and rein in inflation.
Yeah, it's quite right. He has made mistakes. I don't think they're anywhere near the magnitude that reflects the level of vitriol he's copying, and that's partly because governments who should be taking responsibility for their part in pandemic overreaction are very keen to have somebody else to blame. But it seems a little bit rich to be complaining to the Reserve Bank Governor about a lack of real life experience when so many people have so happily got on board with Labor's plans to change the governance in this space, and their first move was to whack two more, dyed-in-the-wool unionists on the board. I mean, really, that's not exactly a plan for bringing more life experience or business experience to the table. And it seems like the Reserve Bank's being used as a scapegoat for inflation when really that's only a small piece of the puzzle. A large chunk of it falls in the hands of the federal government, and they are refusing to engage in the deregulation and reform that's needed to be able to really tackle inflation in a meaningful way. That's on them, not on the Reserve Bank.
It sure is, and you make a good point now. We're going to have a Reserve Bank dominated by the unions and a cabinet dominated by the unions. We're just having the unions running the whole show now. What could possibly go wrong? Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us, Amanda. Amanda Stoker there. You can catch her on this very channel, 7 o'clock Sunday night, Sunday with Stoker.